Hello everyone, this is Jeremy and welcome to another video. It's been a long time since I've uploaded a video. I have to admit I'm pretty bad at video editing and yeah, I was a little busy, but I will try to post more videos in the future and would like to know what you guys actually would like to see. I mean, I've uploaded plenty of setups right now that you can use on your or with your own trading, and in this video I will show you a live trade that I'm about to execute on Euro USD. But like I said, if you have any content wishes, let me know and I will try to realize it, make it possible. The only problem I really have is I always want things to be perfect, and I'm really not that good at video editing. And I mean, I could alternatively just post videos without a lot of editing and just record what I'm doing. If you say that's okay for you and you say, yeah, that's all what matters for you, just content and things to learn, and it does not have to be that, let's say fancy, then of course I could just record normal videos. But yeah, let me know that in the comment section. Maybe I will be able to record more videos that way. But let's have a look at the trade that I'm about to execute. We are currently in Euro USD. And I'm trading, by the way, I'm trading futures here right now. This is my footprint chart that we have, the order book, the smart tape, my chart for the overview, and I can trade here, as you can see, buy market, sell market, etc. I'm about to sell 2 contracts in the Euro USD, and what I'm currently waiting for is a retest here of this area. I've just seen that we got passive liquidity in the market right here. We got almost 200 sell limit orders here. Euro USD has been pretty wild though, and we had a nice up move today, but as you might know, this week is going to be crazy. We have a very big week ahead. We're gonna see the Fed, we're gonna see CPI, we're gonna see ECB, we're gonna see the expiration of options, so it's gonna be very wild. We gotta be very careful. I've made one trade this morning, S&P 500 long trade. Now S&P tends to fall. Had a nice X2 trade, took profit very aggressively, so I got stopped out in profit, but it's all good. If we know market conditions are pretty harsh, we have to be aggressive, get rid of the risk, the initial risk, as fast as possible, and take profits if it is likely that we are going to see back ticks and stuff. So I quickly want to get in, quickly want to get out. That's what I want to do when the markets are so crazy. So when you look at the 1 hour chart right here, you can clearly see this is a nice resistance area. So this is the 1 hour chart, we could see a potential double top pattern here. And why I've decided to short is actually, or to go short, I mean, this could change if we see a flip in the order flow. But as you can see here, the market went up. We have already seen nice rejection up here, so here has been exhaustion, but also dynamic in the market, so the market is pretty fast though. Then we've seen a lot of volume here, 2,180 contracts, a positive delta, very positive delta, a breakthrough, and instantly trap bias up here, the POC shift to the upside, and the market went down again. So now we got trap bias up here, probably liquidity fishing. As you can see, we had a retest here. I didn't execute that trade simply because the market has shown chaotic order flow in the smart tape. There were buyers, there were sellers. Overall, we haven't seen here and finished auction, so I didn't execute that one. We see, and this is why I'm still bearish on Euro USD, we still see here a fake out or potential fake out scenario, and as you can see with the retest, a lot of aggressive selling up here, but we see a lot of sellers here, for example 293 to 61, and the market moved up. So we know this is also a zone of potential front pushing or absorption by passive bias. This is why I rather stood out, and as you can see, suddenly the market dropped down. I don't want to chase the market, I don't want to sell down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the market to retest this area of absorption and aggressive selling. So we know there were 2 big players, but here obviously we see aggressive selling to the upside, POC shift to the downside, and now retest of this area. If I don't get the trade right here, I will rather short a breakout below the range. As you can see, we had a fake out and we could see a breakout below the support area. That's my alternative setup, but I don't want to chase the market. We see a lot of passive liquidity up here, almost 200 contracts here on the ask side, and here 164 sell limit orders. So this is passive liquidity which is waiting to get filled. We might see some aggressive buying into it, but we overall want to see that the buyers are going to exhaust up there. So now we got the speed. Now we finally catch some of the liquidity. I don't like to see this. This looks like an exhaustion, but let's see. Want to see a retest here. I would like to go short here simply because there's the resistance, as you can see, and we have a higher volume peak here. not the highest volume of the day. You can see overall, the higher we went today, the lower volume we had. And now we got the exhaustion. This is pretty nice. Right here, as you can see, the market went up, exhausted. I'm gonna place a sell limit here. And yeah, hope I'm gonna get triggered here. There's my stop loss, slightly above this high volume area, as you can see, where we have all the sellers here. So if I want to get in the market and I want to place a stop loss, I want to make sure that I get protected by all these aggressive sellers here. So it looks like we're gonna move down, more front pushing, as you can see. A bigger sell limit appeared here, 150. So there's still absorption happening. Someone is trying to push market down with passive selling, maybe attracting front runners to come in. Let's see if this liquidity gets filled again. But the market is kind of fighting though, but I think it's a pretty good setup. The reason why I would like to go in here is simply because we have seen aggressive buying, but then suddenly exhaustion up here. So buyers are not willing to take it. They just took out the passive liquidity, and yeah, there was exchange happening, and yeah, I will definitely use that resistance as my entry, the exhaustion point, and above the aggressive selling, as you can see here, the absorption could be nice. Also here you can see in this candle we had a delta divergence, red candle, but overall a lot of buy pressure. If we cannot really break through this point of control anymore, this high volume zone, and we see an exhaustion, I will just go in aggressively with the sell market order and adjust my stop loss a little, because then we might see a move very soon. But let's see. We see more aggressive buying here, low volume, but we almost get triggered. It looks like there's not a lot of buy pressure in the market. Exhaustion here again. See, look at the smart tape is pretty slow, so there's not a lot happening. So look at the 1 minute chart you see here. The 1 minute chart, you can see that as well. Unlucky we didn't get triggered. So we should get triggered. Oh, we didn't get triggered. One tick missing. Okay, now we're in. And we obviously gonna manage that trade aggressively. So if we see that this exhaustion turns into a high volume area, so this low volume area turns into a high volume area, and we don't see any type of absorption. For example, we see a lot of buys here in the candle, and the candle is not moving up. So we have a lot of buys, but the candle or the price is not moving up. That shows that we have passive selling, and we see absorption. So we can hold the trade because we know there are passive sellers holding this area, and this is what we like to see. So now we got aggressive selling here. When you look at the smart tape, you can see 101 contracts here. Also on the smart tape you can see, but overall, when I'm expecting any moves, or when we expect momentum, we should always look at the smart tape, because what we obviously want to see is a higher velocity. We want to see more speed in the market, because then we know something is about to happen. So this is pretty nice. We had a low volume area turned into a high volume area with aggressive selling again. This is obviously something we want to see. We want to see more aggressive selling, because as we know, only aggressive market orders can actually move the market, not the passive orders. This is important to note for everyone who doesn't know. So passive orders, so limit orders, limit, buy limit, or sell limit orders only hold the market. They create the barriers on both sides, and the aggressive orders have to push through these limit orders here. For example, here, if we have a 104, oh, now it's gone, sorry. We have a 104 limit order here. So if price wants to move down, we need at least 105 aggressive sellers here to push through this limit order. And yeah, then we gonna see the next lower price, the next bid orders. So that's what we want to see. That's why I pretty much like what I see. All we need right now, and that's what I would like to see in the smart tape, is more red. I would like to see more aggressive selling coming in here. For now we see green here. That's not very fast. In this candle, as you can see, we had a way lower volume per second. So the market goes down here to this support area. I will move stop loss to break even. What do I got? 4 buy stops. only in with 2? Oh yeah, because of the, obviously because of the strategy. So now we get more aggressive selling here, but it's kind of mixed, you know. It's that there's not much going on in the market right now. It's also not the best time to trade. Actually, it's 12:25, but in, you know, structure wise, if you can say it that way, that makes sense. It was a nice fake out here. So now I'm gonna move stop loss to break even. We are safe. We are safe for now. Okay, that's what I don't like to see, obviously, because I mean the candle is not closed yet, right? We're currently trading in the 5-minute chart, but we had a lot of sellers here. It's not the highest volume, but you've seen we have seen red here and a red point of control, but the market is not moving down, so passive buyers are still holding this support area here. We can also mark it up if you want, like this. But we want to see more aggressive selling right now, or even front pushing by passive sellers, so bigger settlement orders, which are making it harder for the buyers to push price up again. So let's see what happens. We are now at the point of control of the day. As you can see here, this is the value area high, this is the point of control, this is the value area low. I hope this video will not take too long. So now we see more buyers coming in here, but it's okay, guys. We got a free trade. We have no risk anymore. If the market doesn't want to fall here, then we get at least stopped out at break even and we don't suffer a loss. It's all good. Just don't be greedy. Trade what you see. What I see right now is buyers are coming in here, aggressive buyers, and are trying to hold this support area. This is why I rather have my stop loss at break even. I mean, we could have taken some profit and, you know, take it almost x1. We almost had x1, but I already made some profit today. I want to risk it. Okay, we have a new 5-minute candle, and that's why I always wait for candle to close, because after that candle something else might happen. And as you can see, we had aggressive buying at the bottom of the previous candle, and now we get more aggressive selling. Oh well, buyers are coming in now, some buyers, but the volume is pretty thin. As you can see, when you look at the smart tape, you can see we had bigger sell orders here, 19, 13, 17. All the volume has been higher, and small aggressive buy orders. So the market is, yeah, kind of slow here. I'm gonna give it this candle, and if this candle does not break the support area, especially now since we had a very nice drop in S&P 500, I'm gonna close that trade and take the profit. And then I'd rather wait for a breakout and trade the breakout or a continuation, because when you look at the structure here, structure wise, you can see this could be a higher low. If the market holds it, we could see a higher low here when you compare it to that low. And this is obviously the structure of an uptrend. And then I don't want to be shorting here anymore. In terms of footprint, we had a nice sell setup. Also this nice fake out here, or potential fake out. But yeah, we obviously need more sellers to come in, otherwise the support wouldn't break or will not break. And yeah, then we rather stay out. So now EUR USD just got stopped out. I rather stay out if we don't have any follow-ups here. Maybe we're gonna get another retest of this area and then we're gonna go short again. Let's see. What you don't want is you don't want to stay in a market which is just consolidating, because this means the market is balanced, and we don't want to stay in a balanced market. Balanced markets to show that we either have a consolidation or absorption within the range. So we have most of the time absorption at the bottom and absorption at the top of the range, and you can never really predict which way it's going to go. I mean, of course, it's more likely that it's going to break through or break towards the direction of the trend, but often you have these classic consolidating ranges which are first getting, you know, faked out. So first you see a fake out into a certain direction to in this case to attract sellers to come in, to give all the buyers more liquidity for the long run, right? So basically the buyers want to trap the sellers, take the liquidity, and make sure that they can fill up their long positions, because when we have an uptrend, obviously most of the people are long and the big players, they want to go long as well, but if they don't get the liquidity, they cannot fill up positions, so they're gonna trap you, they're gonna fool you. And yeah, that's why we don't want to stay in a consolidation unless we have a certain volume pattern that I could show you in another video, which is showing that a breakout is likely to occur within the next minutes into a certain direction. But this is what we're gonna do in another video. I would also have to show you a setup. Oh yeah, let's see. Oh, this video is already 30 minutes. I will probably have to cut it. Okay, unlucky now that we got stepped out and the market moves down again here. A little bit unlucky, but rather safe than sorry, let's say that way. I mean, if the market consolidates, like I said, we could see other fake outs. Maybe it runs up very fast, stops you out, and then it goes down again. And all you see is an exhaustion at the top, you know, and you're like, oh man, what the hell? Got stopped out for nothing. Like I said, alternative setup, if we see a breakout here and a retest, I'm going to take it. I'm going to short it. S&Ps are already moving down here. GBP USD moving down here. So look at DXY. DXY tends to find support. It's also consolidating, as you can see here. But overall, when you look at the 1 hour chart, we could see actually a fake out here. Right? Could be a fake out. Okay, a breakout could actually occur soon, because we see, at least now, that the buyers here are gone. There are no more buyers here. We see more sellers are coming in. So it seems like the market was just consolidating because there were a lot of big players doing their business. And like I said, we're close to the point of control. And the point of control is the point where the market is usually balanced. It is where most of the transactions or most of the volume got transacted between two parties. So obviously multiple parties, but as soon as the distribution and accumulation phase is done, we will get from a balanced to an imbalanced market, and this is when we want to open a position. The point is, you never know when it happens. When is the question no one can answer. No one. When will the market crash? When will we see a rally? We can just wait and see what happens and trade what we see. We never know. We never. I mean, been waiting for 40 minutes now for this setup. And that obviously proves that trading is 90% waiting. You just wait for the setups to appear. Then you stick to your rules and trade the way you trade. So this is right now, this is obviously something I don't want to trade. The market is just randomly moving up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, now that's what I like to see right now, is when you look at the candles, we are creating a lower high. Plus, we have an exhaustion up here. Now we get more aggressive selling. So I might sell this. Even without a retest, I might sell this right now. If we see more aggressive selling coming in here, I'm gonna sell. Yep. Yeah, looks good. I'm not going in aggressively. I'm gonna place a sell limit. Sell limit is set. Got my stop loss now about this high volume area here. We've seen we had a lot of buyers here, and these buyers are most likely to give up now. So we are going to place our stop loss above these buyers here. You see all the pox right there. Order is filled right now. Let's have a look at the 1 minute chart to have a detailed view into the order flow. So I want to see obviously that the market is going to hold this area. When you look at the delta profile, you can see here we had the buy clusters. Yeah, okay, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Breakout traders here following the market. As you can see, lots of aggressive selling right there. Now we want to see more momentum. If the market doesn't show any momentum to the downside very soon, and we see front pushing, you know, any type of action right now which is increasing the auction activity, then we're going to stay out. Then we're going to close the position early. But as you can see here, we get bigger sell orders here. Nice. Now that's what I'm talking about right here. Higher auction activity, more velocity in the market. Now we had a bigger buy order, 65. We got to see what happens with that. Almost had no impact, as you can see here, only 1 plus. So there was no impact on this order, means passive sellers were holding it. It's pretty good though. Let's have a look at the 5-minute chart again. We had the retest, so we can stay in the 5-minute chart again. So we're getting close to this support area. So I want to see an instant break through it after this longer consolidation. So yeah, we are breaking through. Now we can move stop loss to break even again. We've earned the risk. So why did I decide to go short once again? We see the consolidation, and I already told you that you can predict breakouts within the range. This is not the perfect example for it, but when you have a consolidation like this, and you see that you basically during a consolidation or absorption, you have high volume at the bottom and high volume at the top, then you know there's someone absorbing or someone is doing business, right? And what we want is what we want to see is that this is going to stop. We don't want to see that, for example, we have in this case we have aggressive buying here, so we know that buyers are still there holding this area, right? And up there we had aggressive selling as well as exhaustion. So we had aggressive selling, shows there is an interest in selling right here and right here, but always at the top no buyer is following. So this zone was not really interesting anymore for buyers to come in. So we know someone is exchanging here, and up there there's nothing really happening, so price tends to stay in the zone where most of the transactions are actually possible. And as soon as this pattern is gone, so you don't see a lot of buy pressure here anymore, and the market moves up, and you see an exhaustion up here or here, aggressive selling, and the market moves down, and you know, up down up down up down, all this shit. But instead you see the market moves down. Oh, look here, we don't have that much of aggressive buying anymore, and the market moves up again, and there is an exhaustion right there. Yeah, you see it tries to move up above this high volume zone here where we see all the point of controls and this buy action. The market moves up, and there is no aggressive buy action anymore. There is no volume anymore. There's nothing. We know this price is not interesting anymore, and all we're gonna do then is we wait, in this case, for more aggressive selling to occur, because then we know the buyers are done. This is not the perfect example, because usually we see that in form of absorption. So what we would see is we see a lot of sellers down here, but the market moves up, and here we see a lot of buyers, but the market moves down. So this is how the absorption actually occurs during, you know, a phase of consolidation or absorption. I mean, there's a big difference between consolidation and absorption, because during a consolidation you basically have no volume at all. Yeah, but this is usually the pattern you want to see before a breakout happens. You either have a puck shift, in this case to the downside, yeah, or you have a puck shift, in this case to the downside, and on one side one party is giving up, and that's what we want to see. So let's see how this trade continues. We are break even now. We are, yeah, almost x2 for now, keeping the risk very low, by the way. And obviously, I mean, we look at the chart here right now, the 30-minute chart, we have to make up a target, and I think a good target is right there. I'm gonna mark it up. A good target is right here in this area. We're not far away from the target, and the best target, I mean, if we talk about SMC, right, would be here as soon as we see a close of the fair value gap. But we are close to this VWAP right now. VWAP is always a potential support area, and I'm gonna place my stop loss at 690. I don't want stop loss, sorry, take profit. So I'm going to place a buy limit here. and if we don't see a breakthrough the VWAP, maybe a fake out to the downside, and then I'm gonna take profit anyway, because we could see, in this case, we could see obviously momentum and correction, or impulse and correction, and I don't want to allow this market to come up with any backticks to reduce my profit. I'm gonna take the profit anyway. So if we see, I go into the 1 minute chart again just to see what happens down here, and we already see here 445 bias, but no impact at all. So there was still a lot of passive selling in the market. Exhaustion down here. I'm gonna save profit here at the point of control. I don't want any backticks to happen, so I'm gonna save profit here. Okay, we got stopped out. Pretty good though, good trade I would say. But as soon as you hit the VWAP, you should really make sure that you're gonna save profits, because yeah, the market is likely to move back. We are likely to see a lot of profit saves, and as you can see here, 445. This is obviously someone who saved profit, and we want the high volume nodes to hold. This is why I placed my stop loss about this point of control. I mean, it could bounce off here, but we have to be careful, man. This is an uptrend we have here, and we trade against it, so we got to be very, very careful and take profit aggressively, especially this week. And since the market is so choppy, we just want to hop in, quickly hop out, and that's it. I mean, this has been X2, I guess. X2, yeah, within how long? Within 10 minutes, yeah. X2 within 10 minutes. That's pretty good though, I think. Additionally to my S&P trade, I'm X4 up a day today, so I'm now gonna call it a day. I'm fine with it. If we get a retest here and I'm still here, of course I could look for another short, but overall I want to be yeah, careful. All right guys, that's it. Quickly wanted to show you some trades. Do this every day and you're fine. Just be consistent. But I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, if you say I could also just record and don't edit so much, and you enjoy the way it is, obviously I can upload videos like that plenty of times, kind of like a live stream. I'm gonna cut it a bit, I guess, because this video is already very long, 45 minutes. But yeah, by the way, if you want to see that setup yourself, it is the 12th of June, and this is EUR USD. I mean, look at the chart yourself, you can see it here. And yeah, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you want to see more in the comment section. Let me know what would help you in your trading. I might have an idea to help you. That's it guys. I hope I'm gonna see you in the next video, and wish you happy trading. Peace.